Hello guys, Zanitor here, and welcome to City Skylines Sunset Harbor. I was sent a key by Paradox Interactive, and I couldn't say no, because, well, first of all, I asked for it after they told me about the game a couple of days ago and showed me the trailer, and I couldn't resist, of course. They were very kind to provide me with it, as they have all the other expansions, but this isn't a sponsored video, so it's 100% how I feel about the game, in my opinion. But as always, I am a big fanboy of City Skylines, so maybe I'm a bit biased, but at the same time, I'm also quite honest about it, to where I think, a lot of things in the game does require mods to have like kind of the ultimate fun time, which is why I have the Move It mod on. But it's the only thing I have on because all the other ones that I had weren't quite working before. This is actually my third time trying to record, because the first time I was trying to figure out some mods and see why they weren't working, and the time after that I finally got it going, and then once I was into recording I kind of realized I made a really stupid mistake, and I went into a map that was the desert. It's one of the new maps, and it was beautiful, and I really do want to play on it. But I realized one of the biggest things about this particular DLC is the fact that it's a it's a fishing DLC as well. And if you know anything about deserts, fishing isn't usually a big part of being in a desert. So you can kind of see where the problem had lied. So yeah, I had to, I just was like, okay, I might just go and stop this one and restart, and here we are. So welcome. There's a few new things, and that's what I'm here to show you, as well as all the other stuff that we're going to be involved in doing here. Apologies for the interesting building styles currently. I'm just kind of making a little area to get started with. I think that's going to be enough for what I'm planning to do. You may notice this, there's new water treatment options, and I think that is the best thing ever, because good God, we have been needing it for a long time. So I'm going to disgustingly put it right here, near where everyone comes in, of course. And I don't need to do, actually, I can do a water pump on this one. The other one I was having to do water towers because, well, desert. So this is a bit nicer. And there we go, we'll connect that all up. And I'm actually going to go ahead and do this as well. I know that's not the most efficient thing in the world, but hey, it worked. So I'll take it. Now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and get some power going. There's no new power options to my knowledge as of yet, but don't hold me to that. Or do, I don't know. You can choose to do what you want. You're your own human. But I think I'm just speaking to speak at this point. It's been a good day for me. Animal Crossing came out. So I've been really focusing on playing a lot of it, maybe a little too much to the point of where I might be losing it ever so slightly, but who knows. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to leave this to where it just goes these two ways. And I'm going to make this, I think there'll be two entrances. So I'll have one there and one there. So there is a way through for people that want to work at both. I'm going to start out as a grid because you don't get... I need to mention this. Sorry, I've been recording before, like I said, so I kind of forgot that I need to mention this. You need to get to 1,500 people before you really get the things that come out in Sunset Harbor, such as the fishing and everything. So I wanted to go ahead and kind of speed run that while also speaking to you. So sorry for maybe not being the most clear there. Kind of going between what I have recorded and what I'm recording now in my head. So I might be a little bit slow to remember. But nonetheless, I'm going to try. I've always been curious just how, because I feel like this would have been the first way I would have built when playing the game. I'm curious just how, plain old squares will do. And I'm almost tempted to connect it there, because it's still quite far from there. And if I made it... See, I don't have the traffic manager president edition currently because it wasn't working. But when I do, I could have that be quite smooth there, I believe. So yeah, I think that'll work. This would be where shops are. Same with here. Residential. And then on the outside and this way, like all of this area, this will end up being industrial. That's what the word is. So let's do that. So I think that'll work pretty well. We need to, yeah, just make sure that we actually have the coverage, like so. And then I think that makes us pretty good here. So we can go ahead and start doing what I had planned. So I'm thinking something like that. You know, keep the residential kind of hidden back on a road, and then that there. I don't think I'll get any closer than that, just to save some noise. Or not noise, save some traffic and everything trying to happen there. I think that would be wise. And then, I don't know how far this can pollute. Okay, so right to there, assuming, with at least noise. So I'm going to leave it be for the meantime. Alright, that was actually a perfect first spot to get that tied up very nicely. But we'll see how quick we can get to 1500. I don't think it should take too long. My plan here as well is to continue this road down this way, so we'll be able to fill that in nice and quick too. So that'll be good. And just while we're making some money back here, I will go ahead and keep building this way. I'm very curious to see how well I could get traffic to run on a grid city as well, because usually, I mean, it's not great. So it could be an interesting one without trying to, you know, have a series that is only managing traffic, because I've been there before. And I think that's kind of, I know I could go one more out, and I still may do, but I think that's big enough for a starting neighborhood just to get ourselves going here. So I will bring it along this area, and I can remove whoever needs to be removed later. But that gives us the kind of movement we need, I believe. I promise this will look prettier in the future as well. Cars must be having to come from quite some way, because usually they'd be here by now. What is this? I have questions. What is over here? It's quite a big, like, field of random, like, sakura trees or something. But yeah, I actually, earlier, one of the things that was happening was I was getting issues with vehicles not showing up. But this seems to be the same case again, but I don't have mods on this time, so... Other than the move it tool, so I'm just wondering... Is there... Oh no, there's vehicles, just they're not coming in yet. There they are. Okay, good. I was like making sure everything was good. I was a little bit worried there. So there we go. We have fuel, which means we will have power, which means we can grow. And once we hit 500, I believe, no, 400, we turn into a little hamlet. So that's even better. It was 500 in the desert one, which is weird. I'm not sure why that's different. But they're moving into their houses all as well. We're now back into the positive. So we only went about 40 odd under there. So that is good, and we're about to get a huge boost of income. I think about, is it 20,000? It is 20,000. So we now have medical clinic, elementary school, landfill sites, and all the such, and garbage, which is something to now worry about. But we are going to go ahead and go straight for making a school, which I want to make sure everyone possible can be involved in it. And that there feels like a pretty good spot, actually. Then we want to make sure we can afford a medical center, which that's got big coverage, which is grand. And then we want to save up enough to get the landfill, which we will even store farther back if at all possible. So yeah, we're going to go negative here for a little bit, just as we kind of go in this transition of good and bad, but so be it. I'm going to put that there just to kind of buff that area, or give a little buffer to that area. And there we go, we're back in the positive a little bit again. So my next plan, I probably need to curve that up in a way, but I think, oh wait, that's actually a bad spot for that. I didn't think about that, but that's right in the middle of the road. Oops. I mean, not my best work. Granted, it's not the worst thing in the world either, because they could come this way, come out here, and then I could build over here instead, and then connect somewhere else maybe eventually. I don't know. It's a risky move, risky business, but we'll see. And I'm gonna put this here because I don't have to worry about them worrying about pollution as much, so I think that would be fine. But we now have more of a demand for the old residential, so maybe we'll continue actually building off of here, just to kind of make sure we have enough going. And I don't really care taking out their house too much, just because it's all to put in even more residents in the end. I think I can put them in here, and I think that's far enough away to where it's not going to be a problem. You know, it's always good as a developer to say, I think this will be okay. It seems like a safe bet, you know? Like, yeah, sure, I'm sure I think that'd be fine. Is this a gas station? Oh, I don't think I've ever seen the gas stations before. I have in the Popical, I've been playing a little bit in my spare time. I mentioned this when recording before and totally forgot about it. But I've been, ooh, there we go. Now I can move this. But I've been playing with it a bit, and I've been playing with the Popical Rico, or RICO. I don't know how you would say it. And it's been really, really fun. It's very interesting manually and meticulously placing every little, you know, little bit that you would ever have in the city. But at the same time, placing every single little house, you get so much detail that, like, everything coming together feels very rewarding. And it's been very, very, very fun. So I'm sure at some point I'll do a series on that, but that, like I said, would be one point, and that's going to have to be like a time lapse times 1,000, because it'll take forever. All right, let's keep filling this in. We have a bit of need for this as well, so we will pop it in right there. And honestly, right here's not such a bad idea either. Oh yeah, landfill. That's a problem. I wouldn't mind putting it slightly further back. I think it's 4,000? Yeah, 4,000. So we just gotta wait a minute, and then I'll be able to put it back here. And that's the reason I wanted to put it farther back, ideally, just to keep it to where it was only affecting the industrial area, not the housing area. So we'll put that down in like literally 2 seconds. 1 and 2. See? 2 seconds. Don't question it, that's how you count. Alright, so we could keep going. I mean, this is just ridiculous at this point. I don't think I never built one quite this long, and it looks very silly. So I may end up ooh, interesting. I may end up cutting that off and going a little bit farther somewhere else to build off of now. Just to disconnect it ever so slightly from there, because otherwise that's going to get pretty ridiculous pretty fast. So I'm going to build like so and like so. And while I'm at it, I'll just, you know, sort of follow with the water. Pipelines. And then let's build off over here. I'm sort of building off in like little neighborhoods essentially, but like disconnected, or if they are connected by these outer roads. to keep traffic hopefully where it'll move a little bit better. And I guess since I'm already going with the grids, as boring as it is, maybe just to get to 1500 because we're really close. Maybe I can keep it alive for now. Oh, I was like I was going to do something funky, you know? There we go. When I get that, I can afford that at least. Yeah, we gotta... Oh, it's one of those times where you build little by little and hope for the best. Usually I do a big loan just to get through everything, but I don't really see a need yet. Let's do this so I don't build there, or at least try to remember not to build there. And then I'll do this and see if that connects. Because if that'll connect power-wise, that would be pretty great. And I think I'll bring this maybe going this way, because there's quite a lot of space this way, and it goes all the way out to some sort of a railroad, or like a depot or something, so that would be cool to get to. Rails is one of those things that I never did enough of that I still regret and still really want to do more of, so that's always a possibility. So we need 1200 to be able to put that down. Oh, we just lost power. What just happened? Oh, it got caught. It caught on fire. Well, that's really awkward, isn't it? You back up and running? Okay, I don't... Oh, I just skipped that, but I think we hit something. What did we hit? Oh, we're a tiny town. Oh, you don't even have to get 15 in this. You can just get the fishing license and go for it. Oh. Well, that was easy. I got there a lot faster than I thought I was going to because it took... Okay, maybe I can just pretend I'm really good at the game. And I'll take all credit. That's what I like to believe. Okay, there we go. The power is connected up there. Perfect. Now, probably the best thing to do is go ahead and put a police unit down here. And then that'll take care of a lot of things. We have more need for industry now. So that is very doable. That is a big place. Wow. Drugstore. That's a... Oh, that's not a drugstore. It's a hotel. Sure. So do I want to... Well, yeah, I guess I'll just keep building onto this area. I like doing multiple areas for everything, sort of where like people live, so they have like the jobs. So maybe I'll do that actually. I'm being risky not using roundabouts here, but I'm gonna let it happen. I feel like I'm just gonna call this the Square City at this point. I mean, I guess that's just Grid City, but still. It feels very goofy how many squares I have used. But who knows, maybe I'll figure out something with this and learn that I really like them instead. I mean, I live in the US. I'm not like opposed to grids. I live in a grid city. I think they're great, but I also, my wife is from England and I've been there God knows how many times now, and I've lived there for over a year, and I got very used to roundabouts and their efficiency, so I go both ways. So I think one thing I want to do, let's see what kind of policies we have now. So we got the Grove District, which that sounds pretty good for this area, actually. So fishing license. The city offers fishing license to citizens in exchange for a small amount of money. Reduces, so it increases crime. I mean, this seems like a crime kind of place, but that's fine. We'll make it work for now. Do we have any fishing industry now? That's one thing I'm curious about. I'm wondering if it's zonable. I don't actually know yet. I don't know how all of this works. I didn't look ahead of time. They didn't tell me because I didn't. Well, I mean, I say they didn't tell me. I didn't look at what they what they said because like I like figuring it out on my own. I think it's more fun. But here we go. Fishing harbor. Building a fishing harbor unlocks the fishing route tool, which is used to create a fishing route. The harbor needs to complete a route to function. Different fishing harbors are able to catch different types of fish, which is determined by the depth and flow of water. Water pollution affects fish yield. Thin farms, they suffer from water pollution more than fishing boats. That's interesting. Freshly caught fish may be sold directly to consumers at fish markets, or they can be delivered to fish factories for further processing. Ooh, okay, that's fun. So yeah, we're gonna, so we have like salmon, we have shellfish, anchovies, and there's a bit of tuna over here. So we got like a little bit of everything where we're at. So let's pop this bad boy down here. And yeah, we can, oh, here we go. So I guess like if we do something like this. I mean, this seems reasonable, I guess. Alright, and then back there. I'm guessing that's reasonable enough. I could be wrong. So that's pretty cool, and then we just need to connect a road to it, which, I mean, that's... Oh, that almost turned out perfect. Maybe I'll do this as well. There we go. Sort of doubled up a little bit. And if I ever want to change anything, I very much can. We have paths as well now, which, if you guys know me, I'm a huge purveyor and fan of paths, so that's always a possibility. I feel like down here we need a little bit of this. A little bit more. In the way of... whatchamacallit? Markets. Because I feel like that could be, you know, where the fish market is and stuff like that. So I'm going to have like a couple little offshoot roads here. And my thought process is this is where the fishermen can live. And also connect power. That's kind of more it than anything. I realize I just kicked them out of there. Oops. And that is some good looking whatever that is. Honestly, a lot of the times I've been coming through and sort of fixing these a little bit because I'm not opposed to using this kind of thing as much, although that one did just delete it instead, which doesn't usually happen actually. But maybe I can come in here. Level terrain. Is this the one where you right click and then... Yeah. So I think I figured this one out. It's where it will level to this area now, correct? Like, or is it the flat one I'm thinking of? So let's see. Oh, secondary mountain, or secondary for the hot. So yeah. Let me do it as hard as it will. Yeah, okay. That's exactly what I was thinking it would do, so that's perfect. So if I did it for that, it would go even higher to be flat with the road. I think for the first time ever, I actually understand that. That's taken me so long to get to that point of understanding, to be honest. Just because it wasn't ever entirely clear to me, which I know is probably dumb, but now it is, so I guess that's good. Alright, so we don't have any fish yet, but granted we are on slow mode. Okay, yeah, they're just making it back, I think, for the first run. So let's see if he makes it. And he's unloading. We have 1 of 32 tons. That is cool. Now, do I have to like fill up to make anything, or do I automatically... wow, units of fish caught. I mean, how much... Oh, okay, so that's 2,000. Okay, so that's not horrific, so... Oh, and there's like better things, and then there's things for population. Okay, that's fine. I can deal with that. Oh, I didn't even realize the power wasn't working. That makes sense, though. I would really love underground power lines in this game. I think that would be one thing that's... that would be like kind of at the top of my list of requests. just because I think it would be such a nice little addition for it. But I don't know, maybe that's just me. I'd be curious what you guys think. I don't know if that's something that you guys kind of fancy or not, but for me it definitely is. So how are we doing statistically? Education, not great, but that's expected right now. Pollution, yeah, not fantastic, but it's not hitting out into the places I don't want it to be, so that's good. Economy or land value? Okay, I see. Well, land value is not half bad. It's kind of like mid-range, so I'll take that. I could make a park here. And try to get some folks happier. Maybe like right here. Because, I mean, that's not really hurting anyone. And I could come from here. As if I can... Might have to take off the snapping here. And I'll turn on the freeform tool because it definitely makes it easier. Get as close as I can. There we go, we're connected. And then... There we go. Now we have a path between the two. And that's actually pretty great because that'll probably get really busy. And then bring us a lot of people. That's the hope at least. So, there we go. This is doing not too shabby, I think. I could be wrong, could be right. I really don't know. Oh, look at all of them flooding out. That is great, and now they have a place to shop without having to drive as well. That's always a big plus. And if this traffic ever gets too slow, I can build like ramps over. That's always an easy fix, I find. But okay, we're not doing too bad. We're nearly at 2,000 people. We have a bigger demand now for residential space. We also have a bigger demand for power, which is definitely good to know. I guess I could... How much is this? 19,000? Okay, I could just save up to 19,000 here. And then hopefully afford slapping another one down here somewhere. Oh, I could even put it out here. I kind of forgot I had this area. So there we go. I can put that there. It'll slow that down a little bit when truck delivers, but it is out of the way. I totally forgot I can build off here too, so I'll be able to build like maybe this is where I can have the highway in the future. I think that would be really great. But okay, wow, look at all the the child health care center, the elder care. That's like something to worry about now. That's part of the Sunset Harbor, so I'm very excited for that one as well. Be adding all that in, and the elder care makes them live longer, which is even greater, or more great, or however you want to say it. But we will see what we're able to do here. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I chose one of the... I don't remember the name of it, but I know I chose one of the Sunset Harbor maps. Just don't remember the name. I kind of chose it and then went into it very quickly. So that'll be something that if I remember next time, I will let you guys know. And if I don't remember, let me know. And then I'll let you know. And then we'll all know. All right. Okay, that's looking pretty good. And this is a little bit, I mean, bookstore side by side, come on. But it's a little bit better for hot and everything too. I think that looks better. So I'm wondering if I can, oh no, it's going to delete those businesses now. But, yeah, well, let's, yeah, let's put that there. I'm sure they're going to love it. They don't, by the way. But they also haven't complained too much, so that's good. And I just wanted to put some more housing here because it seemed to be going okay. We'll put some more commercial down there. Same with here and here. And then maybe a bit more housing. Why not? Housing there too. So there we go. That's pretty good. We could actually do more housing down this way. I could do it off of here. And we could... I want to keep that rock. I quite like it. So we could do something like that. And we could actually have this come around. I will continue this for when we build into to the next area when we unlock it. So there we go, we'll have that. So now there's 2 ways in. And then we could actually build a nice new little district just here. So let me I'll get a straight piece. I'll continue doing these as straight pieces. Maybe not always a square, but who knows? I could be wrong. It could be squares only. That is if I could get it to do it, but it doesn't want to, so that's fine. There we go. That'll do. And that might have taken away that house, actually, now I think about it. That's not exactly what I wanted, was it? But sure. There we go. Okay, they're actually the same size, amazingly. Perfect. Although I'm going to ruin it and bring that down there just to optimize space. My hope was actually that would connect like so. Although I think I should do it like there. There we go. And Holmes Street, that's hilarious. So Holmes Street is one of the most dangerous streets in Kentucky. And I feel like I gotta now make it the most dangerous. Or maybe the nicest, you know, just to counteract. Who knows? Who knows? Alright. Then that there. Perfect. And then we can go ahead and start filling this area in. I would love to live in this, like, kind of little bit where, you know, housing is just off a path as well to be able to walk around easy. And there we go. We are now a boom town. We now have highways, which is very quick, and we have ferries. We have, I'm seeing if there's anything. So we have the elder care. We have the child health care center, or child health center rather. I'm just seeing if there's anything new, but I think that's it for now. We do have a small warehouse. I don't know if that... Oh, and a fish factory. Okay. That is good to know. So yeah, fish market as well. Fish market takes fresh fish from harbors and farms and sells it directly to customers without processing. Ah. Okay. That is good to know. So it is a noisy boy, so we need to account for that. But I'm thinking... You know, since we're already down here, I might be able to squeeze it in right here. And I think it's only going to affect this area. And then the fish factory. Ooh, that's quite polluting. Okay, I don't want to put that too close, I don't think. It wouldn't affect too much if I put it here. Well, it would because the housing, okay. I want it close, but obviously now not that close. Maybe I can sneak it up and over to here. Just sort of out of the way, but also still within distance of manufacturing and such. Oops. There we go. So I'm thinking... with this, because we already have some pollution over here, and I'm thinking fish factory, can literally just shove it down right there. I could be building that too quickly, honestly, but we will see. And if so, I can fix that, so that's okay. But I'm hoping that that's what I needed to do. This currently needs water. And I'm going to say, yeah, I was going to say, I'm sure this does as well. Oh, not enough money. Interesting. I was like, why can't I build this? I think these might have been really expensive and I wasn't paying attention. That would make a lot of sense. And why is this not having... Wow, really? That doesn't count? Can I... Oh, no, that doesn't count either. Forget how to just, like... How do I grab both? I want to bring both into there, but I think I'm going to have to just do it myself. Okay. Yeah. Literally just had to do that. Annoyingly. Alright. I mean, we're getting the workers, so I guess that's good. I mean, one thing I could do, in theory, if I wanted, I could build, you know, an overpass from here and connect it to here. So that would make, because is this exporting at all? Yeah, I mean, it says freight trucks. So that leads me to believe that could be an idea. It's going to be too short of a space, certainly, though. Well, that's definitely too steep, isn't it? But I can go back one here. And then bring that up to here. Over. And then... nice kind of... I definitely don't go for a beautiful city. It's not that I don't want to go for a beautiful one. It's that I don't have that ability. But there we go. So maybe that'll be wise. And wise is a definitely debatable term for this, but still nonetheless. And honestly, I feel like this is kind of indicative, I guess, or whatever the word would be, of living in a kind of very small U.S. town. Like, very small, like ridiculously so. I feel like this would be like a very good representation in a way. Because, let me put that there. Because a lot of the times they do, I mean, at least where I used to live, not so much now where I live now, because it's an older place, but where I used to live, it was overpass galore. Like, they love a good overpass. So, I mean, it would make sense, honestly. So maybe that's a good idea. I don't know. So, I'm assuming this is doing okay. I don't know if I'm, you know, if I should be doing anything different, but this is the route view currently, apparently. Oh, I see. That's where they're coming from right now. And then I guess it's going, yeah, direct to housing, which is really funny. Like that's the thing. That's so cool. I really do love that. That's really fun. But hopefully we get, like, you know, some stuff. We got some stuff sold there. I mean, I'll make another, I was going to say hatchery, but that's not really a thing. That's a whole different thing. Which I'm sure would be in this game, because that's a pretty kind of normal thing to do, I guess, is having a fish farm, which is the algae farm, yeah, fish farm, so who knows. But yeah, I'm quite interested. I feel like I need to go ahead and, if I can afford it, oh no, I can't just yet, but I was going to do elder care, but not quite there yet, but that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and put down a cemetery, just to be preemptive on things. Hopefully no one does. I won't allow it. But to be preemptive and to be safe, I will definitely do it. And then as well, I wouldn't mind, because we have this kind of open area, mind to go ahead and maybe just build a little path connecting to there, so there's another little way through without having to go too far away. Same with that. And then right here, if I could get it to not spaz too hard, then I can edit that the rest of the way, luckily. There we go. That is pretty nice. Actually, now everyone can move through quite freely. My hope is just to keep people from crossing the road quite as much. So that's the plan, at least. So we're getting more, hopefully more educated workers soon. Still lots and lots of demand. Still just lots going on in general, I guess, right now. I feel like I'm barely getting any water at this point. I'm like, I mean, that's like bone dry at this point, I would think, but we'll see if that becomes a problem. If so, I'll just put it a little bit farther down, or maybe put it up over here where it's running a bit differently. I really like this river, though. That's really cool. I wonder if that's, yeah, salmon, because I was thinking, you know, with rivers and everything, there's tuna up there, which is pretty intense. But yeah, I'll end up probably, you know, adding another one of these just to have maybe some different fishing lines and everything too at some point. Maybe have them focus on something a little bit different. I don't know if you're able to do that. I don't know the meticulousness of this just yet. I have yet to, I guess, figure that out, but I'm very curious. I think it's going to be a fun thing to do, and I probably should do some of the other industries as well while I'm here, and probably make a campus and, you know, try to put everything that Paradox has made so far into action. But who knows? We shall see. We're not operating because we don't have enough fish. Kind of makes sense. I kind of thought, I guess, having just the one isn't really enough right now, but who knows. So I don't think this has like a leveling system or anything like that, so I think I just have to make more of the actual harbors and stuff themselves to kind of do what I want to do, which is fine really, because I don't really mind. But if I wanted to, like, I could obviously have something up over here to do this area, but I think I'll wait until I unlock this area of the map, or maybe down here, and then do a little bit of a different area as well, so we shall see. But I think I want to end that one there. I know we didn't get to see too much into the actual new buildings, which I actually will go ahead and do childcare. Whoa, that really helps. Okay. I'll put it right here on this corner. So we have the Child Health Center. So children and teens now get to be, I guess, cared for. It seems like it's maybe a sort of like daycare deal, and maybe like a little like gymnasium or something built in as well. But I think that that could be really good. I'm curious just to see how this goes, and what it does, really all in all. It says that increases the birth rate within the building's radius, so that's probably going to be crazy, and we'll get a lot of new people. But yeah, I'm curious to see how it actually benefits and see if it's a visual benefit in the end. Same with the elder care. I mean, helping the lifespan of the elderly is going to be really cool in this, so we will definitely do that. And I see more opportunity as well here for residential that I'm not sure why I haven't placed yet, but here we go. Now we've placed it, so I guess that's all that matters. Honestly, I wouldn't mind placing it there either, because there's no point not having it. But no, I kind of like this. It's a funky grid with a weird outer road. I mean, we only have 2,700 people at this point, so I mean, traffic's not going to be bad. It looks weird in here just because of all the parked cars. But yeah, we'll maybe try some funky things in this, because I mean, we've done enough series at this point that I think we can have a little bit of fun with it and not have to worry too much. I'm going to move this while I can, and I'm going to put it over here because I don't like it being polluted. But yeah, so that's going to be it for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will talk to you guys in the next one, where we will continue on, and I'm looking forward to you guys actually getting to see this. I'm excited to see your comments and everything of how you're going to be playing this and everything as well, if you are, that is. But next time, we'll be getting more into the fishing and more just into the game in general. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and goodbye.